meeting. Item 13.
Chair.
Councillor Mulroney.
Thank you, Chair. This is dragging on. What is actually happening? Has any work been done towards the consultation proposed when we met, I think it was in June, given that we had no autumn magazine came out this year, which is a great shame, we haven't been able to carry out the consultation which we were going to do with all residents. Can you tell me what the programme is?
Thank you, Councillor Mulroney. At present, I'm in discussion with the local clerk about the production of a magazine, and obviously that is hoped to get out before the end of the year. Any consultation documents would go in with that magazine. We also have potential of using other sources as well, including the ULC News and their forthcoming publication, which goes out to all houses in the town council area, should we need to as well.
But of course that would be extra expense.
Or instead of we don't get the magazine out in time. Item 13, Youth Provision PDG. Councillor Mulroney.
Thank you. On the 13th of September, you said you would be meeting with the youth groups. Have you? And if so, why is there no report?
Councillor Mulroney, as you will note, actually, I think you may have seen the proposed agenda for the next Community and Culture meeting. We've actually invited several organisations along that provide youth provision to give us a presentation and to consider and bring back to council proposals from them. So I think we are progressing this, and obviously let's wait to see what the presentation is at the next Community and Culture meeting.
So no.
Item 14, representative reports. Do we have any reports from our representatives on outside bodies? Councillor Fluid.
Thank you, Chairman. On two strands, one for the airports. The airport, I'm really pleased to say, for the first time ever, they tell me I'm going to do a virtual presentation and question and answer session with Leigh Town Councillors. That's the 11th of January. Leigh Town Councillors would have received an invite to do the virtual meeting because they wanted to organise that, and I was relieved, for obvious reasons, to hear them say that, and it was done remarkably quickly after my discussion with them. Buses are a big issue that impacts on so many of us. First buses, and Councillor Hart has got a mutual interest in this. So I represent about the bus service, and I'm pleased to say that at long last, just 4 or 5 hours ago, I've had the senior representative for the region for First Buses saying that he's going to speak to me tomorrow to carry out a virtual meeting, question and answer session with Leigh Town Councillors, so that we'll be able to put on social media and on the Leigh Town Council website. If people have got questions they want of the first service, please can they let us know. We can filter the questions through to a chap called Julian Elliott, who really does exist. He's been, I don't know why, I've been contacting him for about 3 months, and I had no response. But I met him at a meeting, he promised me he'd do the virtual meeting, and after, I don't know how many attempts, I never give in. Finally, I get a response saying he will contact me tomorrow. So I'm very hopeful about that. And I think that concludes my 2 outside reports over the summer period.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor. Do any councillors have questions on this matter?
Can I suggest that we bring item 18 forward and deal with it now?
I'm going to say, is everyone in favour of doing that? Yes, Councillor Hart.
I'm pleased to hear what Councillor Flew has been able to say, and yes, let's hope we are looking some progress in the face, at least on one item that's been raised this evening and other occasions. But can I just point out that the letter that was agreed way back in July and has been drafted with attachments and has been provided to the local town clerk, to my knowledge, has still not gone out. And it's important to note that that letter was not just to the bus company, but also to the local MP, who has taken a great interest in particular the number 21 route. I feel that these things should be raised in the context of what you said, Councillor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Hart. Obviously, that's another matter that we can raise with the local assembly. Item 15, to appoint a representative to the Essex Association of Local Councils Executive. Do we have any? Councillor Mulroney.
Thank you, Chair. I've got some misgivings about this. I'd just like to remind members that Leigh, as part of a unitary authority, although it's part of EALC, because you wanted to go back on it, gets no funding, nor is it included in any county-wide activities, because we are separate from, we're a first-tier city, is a first-tier authority, the same as Essex County Council. Our history with EALC in the past has been that they are quite slow to react and not always as helpful as you would expect them to be. So I'm just wondering what benefit do we get from them, given that your administration did not want to do training, which is held at Dunmow, and I know some councillors don't drive, so that's an important thing. If we do appoint to it, will that appointee guarantee attendance and report back every meeting? Thank you.
Yes, definitely, Councillor Mulroney, that definitely happened. A notable comment, we have not found the Essex Association of Local Councils to be slow in their reaction. They've been very helpful over time, and we have had to contact them. They were very helpful in providing information promptly when we requested in terms of rejoining the organisation, which obviously is very true. But subsequently they have been very helpful, and obviously they have provided us with
I'm sure it's really important stuff. It's nice to hear it. So you have these microphones.
Can you hear it now, Mrs. Winders?
Pardon?
Use the mic.
Is that better? Thank you, Councillor Mulroney. I was just explained to Councillor Mulroney that actually we have found, far from being inactive and unhelpful, they've been very helpful, they've been very prompt. And actually we found so far very good value for people who are looking to undertake training, and they have offered to come to us for training as well, should all 16 councillors which have partaken in it. I'm sure all councillors will want to benefit from their training programme.
Chairman, thank you. I'd like to make a proposal that your good self goes as our representative from Leigh Town Council.
Do we have any other? Obviously, do we have any other proposals for this position? Do we agree that nomination?
Yes. Agreed.
Can we show of hands, please? Item 16, to set a date for councillor training. Councillor Mulroney.
Thank you, Chair. The Town Clerk supplied by email to all councillors on the 24th of May, just after the elections, when you were first elected, a massive list of training opportunities, including online, e-learning and in person at the EALC, ranging from introduction to local councils to chairman training. None of you responded. The Town Clerk also gave a comprehensive introduction at the start of the municipal year. Were you not listening? You thanked her and clapped for sharing her in-depth knowledge.
He's not listening, he's talking.
I can't be looking in both directions.
Chair,
He's not listening.
Chair, please give no solution to the
We're
question.
going to start again, Carol, and we can listen.
Alright, I'll start again.
Yeah.
The Town Clerk supplied to all councillors on the 24th of May, just after the elections, a massive list of training opportunities, including online, e-learning and in person at the EALC in Dunmow, ranging from an introduction to local councils to chairman training. None of you responded. The Town Clerk also gave a comprehensive introduction herself at the start of the municipal year. Apparently you weren't listening. You thanked her and clapped for her sharing her in-depth knowledge. Why do we now propose to pay for it, or was it a case of, in hindsight, you didn't believe her? You eschewed the need for training of councillors at your first meeting by suspending a standing order that was added by a previous council that members should have training. You now say it's not appropriate as it is not in the model orders, but they allow for local variations. And now you have the temerity to insist the staff are trained. They are doing their job. You aren't.
I know your comments, Councillor. Does anyone wish to set a date for training for councillor training?
Well, you might down by ELC if you're going to do.
Apologies, I don't want to set a date, but I actually wanted to comment on Councillor Mulroney's just question.
Of course.
She said that none of us replied to that email. I've been waiting to go on planning and licensing training since I was elected in May, and I currently haven't been on there. So it's nice that it is on the agenda that we can set a date to attend these. This training is actually digital, and I did respond to Helen's email originally. Helen and I were in discussion about booking it. The local town clerk has since supplied me with the login details for the Essex Association of Local Councils, so I can book my own training with his approval. Thank you.
In advance of answering any questions, Councillor, can I just ask a point of order here, Mr. Chair? How are you aware of personal correspondence between individual councillors and the town clerk? How do you know that we've not requested training by correspondence?
Well, for a start, there's been no training done. For a start, there's been no training done. And in an office, there is always talk about what's going on. It's natural. And it's something I picked up. Anyway, the point I'm going to make is there has been planning training. There's been 2 sessions organised by the City Council to which all councillors were invited. Councillor Garston attended, and I think Mr Lloyd attended as well. And that was only a couple of weeks ago. So there have been planning training provided. Local was doing something different. Well, that's something different that I didn't know about.
The e-learning modules.
But there has been training. We've always taken our training here from the City Council in Jersey.
Councillor Garston.
Yes, thank you, Chairman. That's the point I was going to make. Councillor Mulroney has made that, which I agree with, with regards to the planning training that has been held. I believe we've had 2 of those sessions since the start of this council year, and very useful they have been as well. Obviously, the members were not able to make that. I did ask the question on your colleague if that was recorded, and I wonder if that could be checked, because I think all members would benefit, certainly from watching back on that.
Thank you, Councillor Garston. Councillor Flood.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Councillor Garston's perfectly right. I couldn't attend on the 5th of October, which was the second one, because I had a school governance meeting, which I had a school governance meeting which I needed to attend. So that is recorded, the planning meeting, and because there was sickness at the City Council, the next day they said they were unable to send out a recording. But, you know, I'm used to things coming out being promised, and then I'm afraid this is from the City Council. Nothing has appeared yet as the recording, so I will chase that up tomorrow and let people know.
Thank you, Councillor. Item 17, disposable vapes. To consider drafting a letter in support of a proposed ban on disposable vapes. Councillor Hart, I think, will speak on this.
Thank you, Chair.